Action seems to follow feeling, but in reality, action and feeling go together, and by regulating the action, we can indirectly regulate the feeling. William James. The momentum within. There's a moment before every action, a stillness, a pause between intention and movement, between thought and change. Most of us live in that space. We plan, we imagine, we promise ourselves we'll begin tomorrow, next week, when we feel ready. But readiness rarely comes. And so the question remains, what truly makes us act? The myth of motivation. We often wait for motivation, that burst of energy, that invisible push that will finally get us moving. But motivation is unreliable. It's emotional, fleeting, and often arrives only after we begin, not before. Psychologists call this the action paradox. We don't act because we lack motivation, yet motivation comes only through action. It's a feedback loop that traps us in hesitation. The truth is, people who achieve momentum don't act because they feel inspired. They act because they've learned to move despite not feeling ready. The first step principle. The hardest part is never the work itself. It's the beginning, the first step, that tiny, almost invisible act of doing. Behavioral science calls this the activation energy, the mental resistance you must overcome to start something. Once that energy barrier is crossed, the mind changes state, momentum begins, and with momentum, everything becomes easier. Start small. So small that your brain has no reason to resist. Don't aim to finish the book. Just write a sentence. Don't commit to an hour at the gym. Just put on your shoes. Because once you begin, you've already shifted from thought to motion, and motion creates clarity. Discipline over emotion. Discipline is not about willpower. It's about identity. When you act consistently, you stop negotiating with your feelings. You no longer ask, "Do I feel like it today?" You simply act, because that's who you are. It's a subtle shift from trying to being. The late James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, wrote, "Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become." Action builds identity. Identity sustains action. And over time, that cycle becomes unstoppable. Discipline is not harsh. It's freedom. The freedom to move forward without waiting for the perfect mood. The fear beneath inaction. But beneath hesitation lies something deeper. Fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of losing control. Action feels risky because it exposes us to reality. A reality that might not match the perfect version in our heads. But here's the paradox. The longer we wait to act, the bigger that fear grows. And yet the moment we begin, the fear loses power. Because the human mind cannot be fully anxious and fully engaged at the same time. Engagement dissolves anxiety. Movement dissolves fear. The cure for hesitation is not confidence, it's movement. The momentum within. Momentum is not a gift. It's a choice repeated over time. Each small act becomes a spark. Each spark becomes energy. And that energy builds something larger than willpower. It builds inertia. When the mind resists, return to motion. When doubt whispers, take a smaller step. When you fail, act again. Not perfectly, but persistently. Because motion, not thought, reshapes the brain. And the moment you move, even slightly, you are no longer the same person who hesitated. As Amelia Earhart once said, the most difficult thing is the decision to act. The rest is merely tenacity. In the end, there is no secret, no perfect moment, no right time. There is only the choice to begin. And in that single choice, you unlock everything that follows. Because change doesn't start in the mind, it starts in motion.